I am back here in Thailand. Last week I had a week back in the UK, in sunny England. Only the weather never came out, but never mind. And since I've been back here in Thailand, a lot of people have been asking me, what was it like? How would you compare life in the UK to life back here in Thailand? And I'm going to do that today. This video is a little bit different in that some of it I filmed in England, some of it I filmed over here in Pattaya. So stick with me. My name's Phil. Some people call me Mr. Egg, and I'm the boss of Le Pub and Milk on Soy Diamond. Let's take a look. The UK versus Pattaya. One of the observations that I have to make, to be quite honest, here in England is the fact that coffee seems to have completely taken over the world. It's massive in Pattaya, it's massive all over Thailand, and you come here to the UK and I thought the good old British cup of tea will be strong as ever, but no, everywhere I go coffee shops are absolutely packed. I went to a coffee shop in a very sort of quiet suburb of Birmingham on Saturday afternoon. I thought Saturday afternoon people are going to be shopping, people are going to be watching the football, nobody's going to be there. There was not a seat to be had. It was that packed. Here at Birmingham Airport, you go to Cafe Nero, which is right by the arrivals. Inside, seats outside, completely packed. Unbelievable. It is. Coffee seems to have taken over the UK. This coffee here is a latte. I like a latte, and it cost me £4. It was a large one. Not really presented very well in a little sort of plastic cup, and not very nice, to be honest. And the taste isn't brilliant. Coffee has completely invaded Britain since I was last here, but I do think that the coffee is certainly cheaper, which you would expect, and tastes better, and it just has a little bit more TLC back in Thailand. As I said, in the UK, coffee seems to have not just taken over Thailand and England and Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, but the whole world. Rather like I did notice on a little side point, Greggs, the British bakery, pasty, pie, sausage roll shop. Everywhere you look, there's a corner, there's a little crack in the road, there's a Greggs there. Not the biggest fan of pastry, so I didn't go in one, but there seemed to be a lot of morbidly obese people eating in there. Anyway, by the way, if Greggs are watching, only joking. What about coffee? Coffee here in Thailand. First thing I've got to say, it's served with a lot of TLC. Look at the presentation on this coffee compared to the coffee that I had, admittedly, at a railway station in Birmingham. But it's just prepared with a little bit more love and attention, and you get the feeling that you're going to get a better coffee experience, even though the cup hasn't got a handle, but never mind, I'll work that one out later. Definitely coffee in Thailand wins hands down. Talking of hands, I don't know how I'm going to pick this one up. Well, let's have a go. Cheers. So what about transport? I'm here at Birmingham International Station. I'm just about to get on this train, and whilst I've been here in Birmingham, I've managed to get myself a bus pass. There are a few people that think I should have a bus pass permanently, but for those people that don't know, people of a certain age get a free bus pass from the government. There it is, there's my bus pass. This bus pass costs me £36, and it's not just for local buses, it's also for local trains all around the West Midlands area. So if anybody knows the West Midlands, I can travel all around Birmingham, and I can travel up to Coventry, or all the way down to Worcester and places like that. So I think personally that's really, really good value. I must admit, the transport system has worked really well. Everything's been on time. The buses run on time. There's lots of bus lanes, and I've been very, very impressed with the transport system. Back in Thailand, well, things are a little different. In fact, what you need to do is get a bus like this. Look at that guy. Let's get on the Le Pub BART bus and let's talk about transport in Pattaya. To be honest, the transport system, apart from one type of case study that you would want, is pretty lacking, in my opinion, here in Thailand and in Pattaya. The buses never seem to run on time. If you're going, for example, from Pattaya to Bangkok, or from Bangkok back to Pattaya, and the driver's friend lives in a village 20 miles out the way, guess what's going to happen? Yeah, that's right. The driver's going to go 20 miles out the way to drop his mate off and then come back, adding to your journey time. It's a really, really strange system, and it's all part of the sort of community and culture here in Thailand. BART buses aren't too bad when they actually go where you think they're going to go. But the problem is, usually they don't. Here's a classic example, and this is very funny. First BART bus I got when I returned here to Pattaya, I flagged down on Jomtien Beach Road. And guess what? It was just like this. One of the Lupub BART buses. Fantastic. I was taking selfies of me on the BART bus, proud as punch. I was back in Thailand and I was on one of my own buses advertising Lupub. But guess what? 2 minutes down the road, the driver stops the bus, goes like this to me, which by the way is something I really hate when they go like this. And he said, please get off the bus. These people want to go somewhere and they're paying me to take them. You've got to get off and get another bus. Didn't charge me, but I was going, look, this is my company, that's me. There was like a cartoon picture of me. It's me. He goes, no, you got to get off the bus. So there it was, misteregg, balloon burst. I got off the bus, chucked off my own bus. And that's just an example of the transport system isn't really fit for purpose. They just go where the money is. And I don't blame that driver, by the way. That driver has probably got a 10 baht fare from me or a guaranteed 200, 300 baht fare from the private hire. Don't blame him. It's just really, really annoying. And the motorbike taxis are great. I personally have never had a problem with motorbike taxis, but some people have reported that there are issues with drunken drivers, etc., etc. Obviously, now with the apps coming our way, Grab Taxi, Bolt are very, very popular. But again, now there's lots of people here in Pattaya. People are complaining that Bolts are not coming. They're cancelling as soon as they get there. The Bolt driver doesn't know where the destination is and he's saying, no, I can't take you there for that fare, I want this much. Grab Taxi is very, very popular in Bangkok, and my friends in Bangkok tell me that there's an issue, the same sort of issue with Grab Taxi. Doesn't seem to be any kind of system that people stick to. They just kind of make it up as they go along. And as far as trains are concerned, we have to wait another 6 years or so until the high-speed train is going to take us from Pattaya to Bangkok and to Suvarnabhumi and Don Muang Airport. Down the other side of Thailand, there is quite a good train service, but that was built by the Chinese. The one time when I think Thailand is better than in the UK is when you're a bit drunk and it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and you want to get home really quickly. The motorbike taxis are everywhere. You don't have to book. If you book a taxi in the UK or take a hackney carriage to go home, it could cost you 20, 30, 40 quid. Here, it will cost you 60, 80 baht depending on where you're going. It's cheap and it will get you home. You're probably that drunk, you've got to hang on to the driver and you don't know what he's doing, but you will get home. So, drunk at the end of the night, better here in Pattaya, but generally, I think the public transport system, Britain wins every time. So what about people? Well, here in the UK, I think it's fair to say, I'm in Birmingham. Birmingham is very multicultural. So you see people of all religions, all faiths, and all creeds, all colours. One thing I did notice is that the people here in Birmingham, especially the girls, are very loud. I noticed that on the plane coming over from Dubai, there was some girls behind me trying to get on the plane, and they were really, really loud. And I went on a train the other day, and we went to Coventry, and there were some girls, I think they were going to London, and they were sitting with each other and just being girls, really. You know, they were teenage girls. They were singing along to TikTok videos and stuff, but they were just very polite but very loud. So definitely earplugs to be worn a lot of the time. I have to say, I talk about politeness, just about everybody that I've come into contact with, whether it's people in hotels, people in restaurants, bars, everyone has been polite. People saying thank you to people when they're getting off the bus. It's been fantastic. There are quite a few homeless people, especially here outside New Street Station. I think there's a bloke just here now. And the homeless people have been a bit of an issue, actually. But other than that, I would say definitely very positive towards people. Here in Thailand, the people are pretty wonderful as well. In fact, it's one of the main things that attracts me to this country is the civilised, ordered society. In fact, when that all breaks down doing Songkran, that's when I went back to England. Very much a respectful place. Kids respect their parents, respect their employers, respect the monarchy and the temples and Buddhist culture. I think it's wonderful. Women here, I have to say, are quite submissive. 1950s housewives they have been compared to, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. And also it's just like they're very quiet and demure. And it's not that I don't respect women, I don't listen to women and their opinions. I do, and women sometimes make me change my mind, and I do listen to what they've got to say. So I'm not saying they're not intelligent, I just like the fact that they're not as loud and as boisterous, if you like, as the girls back in the UK. But ladies in the UK, very nice. People in the UK, very friendly, and the same here. They don't call it the land of smiles for nothing. So there you have it. Good and bad in both lifestyles, both in the UK and here in Thailand. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Have you lived in the UK or in America, Australia, and now living over here? What are your contrasts? What do you think is the better lifestyle? One thing I have to say is definitely a point over the UK for Thailand, and that is the bum gun. There are no bum guns in the UK. Wet wipes sometimes can substitute, but it's not the same. So if I'm going for choosing one or the other, I have to go Thailand. The bum gun is the decider. Let me know in the comments down below. You can find me, Phil, otherwise known as Mr. Egg, here at Milk on Soy Diamond, or my pub next door, the pub. But from me to you, thanks for watching, and a happy Songkran here from Pattaya. Bye.